Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. The voice of an old woman calls out to you, "Hello, dearies."
Oh, Lord. I spin around with the fiery stick in my hand.
Before you is an aged, wrinkly woman with crooked fingers, a wrinkled face, a semi-broken nose. She's disheveled looking. She holds a lantern at her hip, kind of raises it a little bit up to her eyes to get a better look at you all. "What are you doing in my neck of the woods?"
Oh, we're just
There were some orcs and,
trying to see where they went.
She brushes the white hair out of her eyes. "The orcs? Oh. What do you want with them?"
More like what they wanted with us. We were sleeping nearby in Pittsburgh, and they
"You're bleeding. Oh, let me take a look at that," she says as she closes the distance between you and her carefully, looking at your leg. She gets down onto her knees and shines the light at the bleeding spot on your thigh where the blood sort of just flows freely from the anesthetic and the blood thinner of the leech.
it was an awful big leech that got him, but we got it off just in time. I don't think it should be any more problems.
She sets the lantern down and grasps your thigh with both of her bony old woman hands, which is a surprisingly strong grip, and then brings her long tongue out to sort of lap up the blood a little bit.
Now, what are you doing?
You'll just
pull my
need
leg
this. She turns back and reaches into a satchel she has at her side and pulls out some bandages, and then scuttles forward to catch up with you and starts wrapping the bandages around your thigh, slowly, surely, making it nice and tight. You wouldn't want this to get infected. You could lose your leg.
Well, that's awful kind of you, miss.
That is awful kind of you.
Thank you, ma'am, but if I could make a request, please don't lick me without asking me first.
I was just tasting to see if it was poisonous or not. Some of
Well,
these
was it
leeches,
poisonous?
you know. No, not
Leeches
this
are
one.
poisonous?
Some of them
Poisonous?
are diseased. I should know. And you wouldn't want one of them biting your leg. Because
Wouldn't.
complications.
Well,
Indeed.
Thank you for the information. How can we tell the difference between diseased and non-diseased ones? Is it a find out after you die sort of thing, or stay out of the water sort of thing? I'm thinking it's a stay out of the water sort of thing.
It's an acquired taste.
I see.
I see.
You called this your swamp. Do you live nearby?
Yes, I was on my way to my cabin. Why don't you come with me? I have room for guests.
I'm sure you do, ma'am, and I do appreciate the offer, but we wouldn't want to be a burden on you for that.
Nonsense. There's always room for dinner at my table.
Well, I don't want to impose on you too much, and we need to get back to send the money to our families. Otherwise, they're going to die. I don't know if we can afford the delay.
We cannot afford the delay. I'm sorry. We have to
Nonsense. If you break a leg in the swamp at night, your families will all perish.
I guess we'll make sure not to break a leg, ma'am. I appreciate the fact that you bandaged me. That was
that was much kind, very kind.
I don't want to impose on you any further as far as the night is concerned.
She gets to her feet and says, "I have pie and tea." cherry pie. Freshly picked.
I'm sorry, I don't believe I've ever had any cherries before.
You
Oh,
pick cherries from around here, from one of these trees?
no. I have my means.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That'd have been a rather cool thing to be able to cook for someone later.
I sort of lean over to Joka and I go, I don't think there's too many cherries going around here, Joka. Wonder where
Not
she
in my
got this from.
knowledge. Well, Jeb, I think if we'll just head on our direction, we can just thank this nice woman here and just
Yeah.
get on moving. I appreciate your
Yeah.
time.
Appreciate your time. I, again, appreciate the offer for the pie. I'm sure it would have been lovely.
Ma'am, what is your name by chance? My name is Vaughn.
How rude of me. It's been a long time since I've had to use a name. What would you like to call me? You could call me grandmother if you wish.
No, that's quite all right. I know my grandmother very well. Thank you.
Mama.
No, ma'am. Actually, that's fine. That's fine. That's
Well,
not a problem.
I see. You could always call me Agatha. That's my given name.
Oh,
Well, Miss Hagatha, you have been very kind to us, and we do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you, Miss Hagatha, with fiery stick in hand.
You never answered my question, boys.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. What was
What
your
are
question?
you doing in my neck of the woods?
I told you we were looking for the orcs.
Oh, I think that's only the proximal cause. I know these woods to be quite abandoned. You don't come in here looking for orcs, at least not this far into the woods.
Well, we are new to the area.
So you're just lost then, is it?
No, I know exactly where I'm trying to go. I just don't know where the orcs live.
As they're conversing, I'm in the back, sort of whispering to Joka, just kind of going, "Do you think we should tell her about the fact that we came here because of the lights, or no?"
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Well, if there's any... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I might not be a very silver-tongued fellow, but that doesn't seem to be a wise decision.
All right. All right. I'll take your lead on this. All right.
Well, if there isn't anything else I could be of assistance for, I know these woods quite well.
Well,
Do you
And
happen
the
to know
swamps.
where the orcs might reside?
They are just passers-by. They don't reside here permanently. Nothing like an orc could live in my woods without my permission.
Oh, I see. Well, if these are in fact your woods, we are very sorry for trespassing. We did not know.
Nonsense. I always do love chatty company.
Oh, well,
The more they flash their teeth, the better.
well, again, we appreciate your help, but we must be going.
Beware of Crete on your way.
What is Crete?
The Minotaur.
A minotaur, like one of the large cow people.
This one's gone rather mad.
Oh dear.
He's built himself a labyrinth of sorts. He attacks passers-by, hauls them back deep within his lair to devour. I am envious. So many new faces he gets to see before I do.
Oh,
We will be quite careful. Thank you for the warning.
Thank you indeed.
Thank you, Miss Agatha.
Let's get moving, fellas.
Oh, look how low the sun has gotten. where are you going to make camp?
We'll find a place. I do have a knack of finding just the right camping spot.
So be it. Goodbye, boys.
Goodbye,
I
Miss
look
Hackett.
forward to our next encounter.
Oh, you
As
have-
do I. Hopefully next time it's a little less. How
A
do you
little
say?
less late.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Next time, when it's ripe.
Yes.
And she goes, dangling her lantern at her hip as she walks.
Every now and then I'll cast a glance beside me, make sure that the lantern is in fact getting further away.
Yeah, you watch, and the lantern does recede into the woods, getting further.
When I can't see the lantern anymore, I'll just quietly say, she spoke mystery, and we're in Eridon. We're in the middle of nowhere in Eridon.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, and after she licked the leg, I wasn't quite sure. That's not a normal thing. I've never seen that before. That tongue was so long. I don't know. It was.
I'm a little bit concerned, and I think I unwrapped the bandage that she gave me. Check what the fuck is going on underneath there.
The bleeding stopped.
Okay.
The wound looks clean-ish.
Okay.
You know, it's got a little bit of oozing fluid. It actually looks like she
Okay.
did a pretty good job patching you up.
Okay. All right. Okay, I guess I wrap it around.
Maybe she's just a very, very eccentric old woman.
I'm hoping so, but she did call them her woods and seemed to know quite a bit. And she seemed
Well, I mean,
that there was a
she's
minotaur.
been living here all her life.
Goddamn minotaur out there, fellas. Apparently.
I suppose, but this isn't exactly hospitable.
True.
Minotaurs are very tough creatures.
True.
Maybe this would be a good place to come back to sometime when we're a little more prepared. And when
Perhaps.
Mr. Ebner is with us.
I agree. I think Ebner needs to be with us next time we cross paths.
He would know what was going on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or the gods can maybe will him some way to know. Where did she get the cherries from? I still would like to make a cherry pie. That would be so delicious.
What is a cherry?
I would not eat that cherry pie, even if it was offered to me. Absolutely not. I do not see any cherries in this bog, in this forest, in this swamp. Ain't nothing growing cherries and no trees over here. I don't know where she got those cherries that she claims is in those cherry pies, but I will not eat them. No.
That's a very fair assessment. Let's see if we can find signs of some lesser monsters along the way, like some more goblins. Take them out.
Well, I think tonight
Actually,
we need to
Joker-
find a place. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Have you ever actually had a cherry before, Joker?
Well, no, but my mother Astrid used to tell me about them. The nobles used to eat them, I believe. I think they would
They are.
fetch a good price. I was curious where the cherries came from. I'd only heard rumors. I've never had my hand at it.
They are absolutely delicious. And if you can get your hands on an authentic cherry pie, they are very good. I will say that. But don't take any from that lady.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
I think we're in agreement on Miss Hagatha over there.
There you go. Yep.
She's
Well-
almost too kind.
It was almost as if I'm not sure. But let's just go to bed for this evening. Let's not worry about this too much more. This is causing me quite a bother.
Yeah.
I do not want to think about that tongue going anywhere near my body again. Absolutely not.
I understand. And we
How
probably set
It
up
will
camp,
haunt my dreams for many days to come, for sure.
set up camp on one of the hills.
All right. You guys make camp. Do you chance a fire in the night?
Well,
If
I think
you,
it's-
let's see,
If we don't make a fire, we can't really see anything.
you can't really see anything, and it'll be probably too cold for anyone to recover HP from their wounds.
No,
we
isn't
can't
it pretty
recover
warm
anyway,
though?
right?
It's middle of winter right now.
Yeah, but we're also in a bog.
You are in a bog. That will stabilize the temperature quite a bit. Yeah, you guys should be okay. You could
Like,
probably rest.
I'd say without any traveling gear, it'd be uncomfortable, but with like a cloak, it'd be very easily doable.
I'll give it
We
to
have
you.
a cloak and a tent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to go with a no on the fire then. It sounds like we're going to
Okay.
chance that.
Sure.
Yeah. Like right before we go to bed, I'd probably say something like, maybe we should look into getting a tent that's large enough that we can light a fire in it, so you can't see the light of the fire. The only thing you'd be able to see is the smoke, and it's kind of difficult to see smoke at night on the right night.
I would
What tent
agree.
here? Are we using goblin tent or?
Correct. We are using a tent from the Goblin Cave.
Okay, well, I think I chime in here and I go, guys, I got us a proper tent in my pack here.
Really?
Looks a lot more well maintained than that tent. With all due respect.
Oh, no, none taken. That was a scavenging find. We were just trying to get by.
Oh, absolutely. I got a good tent right here. Yeah. Actually, I have 2 of them.
All right.
We set them. Cool. Let's use that then.
Alrighty. You pass the night uneventfully. You wake up in the morning. No sign of the old woman, of a minotaur, of orcs, of anything of the kind.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Well, at the very least, we have the gem.
That is true. Let's get heading back at least for that much.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that would easily get us the rest of the month and maybe into the next month, depending on how much time we have left.
well, if my calculations are correct here, we have approximately 12 days remaining before our town is due the money. I think we probably need to get it back fairly soon, so that way they can get it over to the town.
Indeed.
Sounds about right.
I mean, that or we could try to go through that other town. I can't remember what they called it. It was either like Flat Rock or Hot Rock or Hot Pot or Cauldron, or I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, there's Cauldron. It is on the road to Stromheim. And when we get out of the woods, it would just be a quick bout north till we hit the road and start heading east.
Well, we haven't been through there yet. It was supposed to be on our way to Stromheim. Maybe we could see if that place was any good or for our future endeavors.
Yes, we could. Let's take a check there. So I feel if it's populated, I don't know if it is or not, but if it is populated, that could be potentially good, potentially bad.
All right. So you exit the bog and the swamp and the hills without any more monster encounters or other encounters.
So I think at this point we're starting to run out of jerky now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
So you killed the thing, you ate it, you made your way there, you roasted the rest of the jerky, so you should be out of that. Will had found 4 people's worth of food.
Yep.
So you can eat that today, and then you'll have 1 person's worth of food tomorrow, and you can start searching again.
Yeah, while we still have food, I'd say we actually hunt today. Or I hunt again today. Just so that way we have food available to us. So...
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I think that's a swell idea.
As soon as we get out of the bog, we can slow down. I will also be looking for tracks of any sort of like monsters like goblins, gnolls, orcs, whatever.
Sure. All right. You proceed on your way. Give me a tracking check.
Tracking? All right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Is that a 20?
That is exactly
Yes.
a 2-0.
Unfortunate. Okay.
More
It
hunting with
is a clear day, you know? There's not much in the way of monsters going by. There's not much in the way of really anything. It's just sort of open grasslands that stretch out before you. And you know if you go north long enough, you'll run into a road eventually. And so you're just meandering north through the tall grasses until it comes time to settle down.
Well,
We'll make another camp tonight.
Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed. And your plan is to find the road and go to Cauldron or Hot Pot or whatever it's called?
exactly. I can't remember what else you called it. I was trying not to call it Cauldron and actually called it that.
Alrighty.
Cooking pot.
All right, the next day, you're going to need to spend part of the day foraging.
Yeah.
So give me 2 survival checks followed by a D2 for each success.
And then
And a hunting check. So you will get 1 D2 units of food. So that's enough to survive, keep everyone going for the day. Jeb, you make a hunting check. Give me D100 plus 100. And let's see what sort of game you come across.
oof.
Ooh, it's minor. You get to the road after Will's already gotten some food, and you see on the road ahead of you, 170 yards. I don't know how you see this, but there's a wild dog out there that seems to be nose to the ground, walking along the road, headed your direction.
All right, guys, lay low in the grass over there. I'm gonna go get closer.
All right, let's get down.
All right.
And they're gonna stay there, and I'm gonna keep going forward.
All right. Give me another success.
So I'm at 150.
All right, 150. Go again.
Fuck.
Yep. Well, the dog, you start walking that way, and at the last moment you realize that the breeze has shifted slightly. It was fairly still, and now it's blowing towards the dog, and it has alerted and seems to have picked up your scent, and after a moment of alertness, it hunches low, its head, neck dangling down sort of below its shoulders, which are up as high as they can be. You can't hear it making any sounds, but it's still 150 feet away. 150 yards away.
I'll
What
probably
do you do?
scrunch up my face, and we need the food.
Mm-hmm.
Try and get a little closer.
You start shifting closer to the dog, who starts heading in your direction. At first quickly, and then like fast, like hunting dog coming after its meal fast.
Perfect. So how close does it get to me?
Well, I think it becomes a matter of initiative. I guess you're sort of ready. You can take a shot whenever you want, but we should roll into initiative because it is coming to bite you.
Okay. So the moment it gets within 120 yards of me, if you want this to be the first round, or do you want me to just wait until after initiative?
No, because you're sort of ready for this. You're hunting, right? You've got arrow notched, and ready to go. So you can fire
All right.
whatever range you want.
Yeah. Basically, when it gets inside 120, take a crazy shot. Nope. And then I'll roll into.
All right, then you'll roll into initiative. We'll all roll into initiative. I'm going to bring us back to a blank page. To a blank page where we can have tokens and stuff without messing up the big map. So dog. All right, the dog rolls at 3. And here's a Jeb, a Joka, and a Vaughn. We won't need the map, so chat, you're not going to see it. We just need the initiative order. Everyone,
We're all rolling for this?
We're all rolling for this, yep.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll start initiative with the dog being 150 yards from Jebediah.
Or 120.
120 yards from Jeb.
And he should be what, like 40 or 60 from us? She did 3 checks.
Yeah, he should be 40,
Yeah, 60 yards.
60 from you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is 60, and this is 120. Perfect.
Perfect.
And we did get a Jeb initiative. Okay, perfect. 14. So the dog goes first, and it's going to close as much distance as it can, as quickly as it can. How fast can a dog go? Pretty quick.
Definitely not 120 yards and make an attack.
Probably not. I mean, a charge, you could do 150% of your movement speed and make an attack.
Oh.
They have movement 15. Wow. Okay. So this dog is charging you. Yeah. It's going to close the distance faster than you could ever imagine. Like, you go to grab your arrow, you miss it, you take a look down, and you look up, and the dog is way closer. And then it leaps with the charging bonus. It rolls 14 plus 2 plus 1 is a 17.
That'll hit.
The flying dog collides with your thigh. It sinks its teeth in for 4 piercing damage and starts to like rend back and forth, thrashing its head about. Joka, it's your turn. Poor Jeb's getting eaten.
I mechanically charge the dog as well.
Excellent. You charge up to the dog, coming right alongside Jeb. You bring your axe up.
+2,
and
so 17.
Down onto the dog. AC 13.
-2 or -1 for the charge.
No, I included that. The 17 includes 8 damage.
You all but kill the dog. You hack off its front left leg, and the dog lets go of Jeb and whines, which then turns back into a vicious growl. Vaughn.
Get off him.
All right, so this thing is still alive. All right, I will do the same thing. I'll charge it, and I'll go and whack it, if that's possible.
Mm-hmm. You can charge on up, sledgehammer in hand.
Okay. Okay, and then that's also in addition for the charge bonus, right? What is the charge bonus?
It's +2 to hit, but you get a -1 to your AC. So you get a 22, which will hit the dog, not quite crit it, and roll us damage.
Damage.
Another 8 damage to the dog. You break its back, its 2 back legs go out to the sides, and the dog is dead. Very, very dead.
Well, that's
You're
not my
up there, Jeb?
preferred. No, it's gonna be a while before I can walk, right? That's not the way I prefer to hunt, but at least we got more food for tomorrow.
That dog was fast.
He was
yes, it
so
was.
fast. I can't believe he was by himself, looking around, making sure there's no more dogs about to come leaping out of the woods.
It is weird. Dogs are pack animals, even when they're strays. It's unlikely to find a single dog alone.
Do I see any other dogs?
Give me a perception check.
A hunting check to.
Hell no, I don't.
Wilbur, you don't see nothing. Vaughn. Sorry. You don't quite see them, but even though the breeze is blowing away from you, you can hear the yips and howls of a pack of dogs distant.
Yeah,
Fellas, we better get out of here. I hear dogs. There's more of them somewhere. They might be coming. I can't tell if they're actually on their way or not, but they're definitely around here. There's more of them.
Maybe we go the other way then. Maybe this adventure to this other hot pot town wasn't worth it.
I think if we leave this dog here, they might be more focused on.
It's worth a shot. We can try again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll try again tomorrow. But maybe if we get to Hot Pot, we can find a nice place to sit down for a while.
Well, the dogs are between you and Hot Pot, probably. If the location of this dog is anything to
We can
to
go
note.
around.
Yeah.
I'm confident in my ability to swing us up north a couple miles, swing us back east, and then back down to the road.
Okay.
All right, Jeb. Let's do that.
All right.
Lead the way.
Give me a tracking check, Jeb. Just a flat tracking for optimal pathing, even though, you're kind of trying to go around. A success means you get there today with blight to spare. A failure means you get in late at
Maybe
night.
direction sense.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah. Give me a direction
with the
sense.
compass?
Well,
I have direction sense and a compass.
shit. Then give me a perception check.
I'll just make the direction sense check then. That's
Okay.
higher. God damn it.
Oh, those natural 2s.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you know, you got this here compass, but it ain't like a modern compass that works all the time. It's one of these old compasses where you got to get it exactly level, and if your hand is slightly off, the whole thing just skewers, like goes haywire. Or, you know, if there's something with even a slight magnetic charge nearby, it'll get drawn in the wrong direction. Old things
It's a good
aren't as
thing none of us have
reliable.
any iron on us.
Yeah. Old shit isn't as reliable as new shit when it comes to accuracy of functioning. Durability is another matter altogether, but modern shit is more accurate. You find the northern road leading out of Cauldron late that afternoon, getting on towards evening, and you start making your way down the road, but it becomes night before you can make it to Cauldron. It's going to be one more night in the wilderness. Cauldron's down the road, but it could be an hour or it could be 3 hours.
Well,
We
well,
can camp
boys,
on the side.
camp on the side of the road here, and we'll figure it out in the morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Alrighty.
When does just curious, when does like hunger start setting in? Because when was the last time we ate?
Yesterday.
Today. Yeah,
Today,
I remember
'cause-
Oh
Yeah.
right.
Jeb,
We did
not
do a
Jeb.
full, right.
Joka got
That's right.
rations for everyone.
Right. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
there's no hard rules on this. Generally, I think if you are underfed, it's fine. Like you can usually go a day without food or 2 days without food without too much problem. But once you start going without food for a while, or having food and then not having it and having it again, not having it, that sort of like starvation stuff going on, you'll stop healing. And then if it gets bad enough, I'll start giving you penalties. We'll say you can go roughly 20 days without food. I think a person can technically survive 30, but that's like not doing anything. So if you're going to be cruising about and shit, maybe 20 days before you die.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ish. So you spend a night in the wilderness. Do you have a tent? Do you have a fire?
Definitely have a tent.
Definitely have a tent. Do we want a fire? Oh, maybe the fire could help us ward off the dogs if they come back. We could try to
true.
scare them away with it instead of having to fight them all.
Yeah, we're close enough to town. I feel like a fire is okay.
You build
Probably
yourself
need
a
to-
fire to keep warm on these cold winter nights. And let's see. I'm just gonna use the same. What do you call
that's
it?
fine. Watch rotation.
Watch order. That's the one. So 1, 2, 3. Last watch was, I believe, Vaughn. I don't know why your name's so hard for me. Vaughn,
No, it's okay.
give me a perception check while you're keeping watch. Yeah. You notice a lantern in the woods to the north. In fact, you didn't really realize there were woods there because you were walking so late in the evening before you stopped to make camp. But you can see the light sort of disappearing behind trees and reappearing to the northeast.
Okay. How far away? Because I mean, we're kind
pretty
of
far.
close to town.
Yeah,
Pretty far.
it's pretty far. It's like 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet. It's just a small light in the distance.
Okay. Well, seeing as it's so close to town, I don't know if I would alert them yet. I think I'm gonna keep a keen eye on it and see if it travels any closer. That's definitely the center of my attention right now, though.
Okay. It doesn't travel any closer. And after 20 minutes or so, it just vanishes in the woods. Like it flickers behind things and gets harder to see, and it'll disappear for like 2 minutes and then reappear, and then it's gone for 5 minutes and appears, and then one time it just never reappears. Morning comes, everything's fine, there's no problems, and you can make your way into Cauldron the next day.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Is it abandoned, ruined?
It is an abandoned, ruined town, just like the other ones you've seen, burned by fire, crushed by massive forces, and then the rubble has been sifted through by scavengers, just like yourselves. At the center of Cauldron is a very large hot spring. Steam rises from it, it bubbles a little bit, which forms the start of the Misty River. When I say like a large hot spring, I mean it's pumping out enough water to create a river. So it's a big ass hot spring. And as you're watching it, you see it erupt into a geyser of boiling water, which goes for a minute or two and then splashes down and ends. And it just returns to its regular bubbling. You can see some broken machinery nearby, the remnants of a cage and a long-armed lever / crane type mechanism. There are ruined seats that made it look like they were bleachers set up all the way around this big bubbling cauldron at the center of town.
What sort of metal is it?
What metal?
The cage.
Wood. Wood and rope.
What about the machinery?
Wood and rope. Wooden machinery. Yeah, all the good stuff's already been scraped.
Well, I see why they call it hot pot. I get it now.
It does make sense.
It does. It does indeed. Well, it looks like this won't be too good of a spot to find anything. I guess we could pick around. Maybe we could find a spot for next time to set up a place in.
Maybe, yeah. Let's do that.
And then we can get on the road and maybe get halfway back today and all the way back tomorrow.
Sounds like a good plan.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so make perception checks for that shit, Neal.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look around. There's definitely nothing left here to be found anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a good spot for us to set up next time we come through? Do we find any place like what we've been doing? I mean, I think you kind of know what we're looking for at this point.
It's old, abandoned, ruined shit. You can find some little corner of it. You might have to excavate a little bit or add. You know, there might be like a pretty good spot except for this giant opening, but you can just move some rubble to block that opening and bring this sheet over here and pile some dirt on top of there, and now you've got like a nice solid wall. So with a little bit of MacGyvering, you can create whatever you need to rest in.
Okay. I'll just note it for next time and then get out of town.
Yeah.
Before we go, I am going to like stick my hand in the water in a couple places, or at least near the water, see like how hot it is.
It is boiling hot at the source.
The further down I go, the river, though,
the
it gets cooler
it'll get. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll basically find a spot where it's like good bath water temperature, and I'll like
actually
kind of drop a big old line in the.
You find an area that must have been the baths for these people so long ago, back before everything got ruined. Like there's some rock here, but the rock has been like worn by repeated use, and there's these like big circular pools that are near the river where people could easily like take buckets and splash hot water into the pools to raise the temperature a little bit. And another one that looks like there's some sort of like sluice built in. The water kind of flows over it, but if you lift it, it could flow in quickly, so you can regulate the temperature. There are, man-made baths that are fed by the river. Hot springs, people would call them in the modern era.
Hey boys, come over here. I think with all the wounds we've gotten, it would be wise to at least take a bath here real quick.
Sounds like a good idea.
Got some good water. You don't even have to do any work for it. No heating it, no bringing it from one place to the other. You just got it naturally right here in the river.
Well,
Fantastic.
I guess that's as good as it can get. I'm sure these wounds could use a little tending to.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'll slip on in the water.
take a
my
quick
stuff off and slip in the water.
All right.
Well, take stuff off. Take a quick take 30 minutes to take a bath and do all the shit for
Yep.
that stuff, and head on out.
Yep. You guys head on out. Where are you headed? Where is out? Back to Tassel?
Back to Tassel.
Okay. It is 39 miles to Tassel. That's going to be a 2-day journey, but a quick 2-day journey, like a day and a half. You can do about 30 miles on the road if you push yourselves a little bit. So let's do 2 more encounter checks.
Well, do we have the rest of today? Because we came in this morning.
That's true. You've
we
got the rest
it
of the day
down.
today. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just do
so
one more day.
You could just do today along the road, and then an encounter check the next day. Is this what I'm looking for? I think this is what I'm looking for. As you're walking along the road, maybe when you're about here-ish, you all spot with ease what looks to be a small group of elephants, led by a big bull male with massive tusks. They aren't bothering you, but they are grazing in the tether wilds, which are south of the road.
Well,
I'm sure we could feed the camp for weeks with one of those.
well, I was thinking that wizard might want something from these. This seems like something up his alley. Maybe we could make a little extra money here. I mean,
Indeed, we could.
that big one, I don't
think we're in
know.
a condition though to do it.
I
I'm
suppose.
hurt. You're hurt. Vaughn's hurt.
A bit hurt, yeah.
Maybe if there was an injured one and it was lagging behind,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a wise decision right now.
We'd have to avoid that big bull up front there. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
They could all stampede in a second.
I suppose you're right. Maybe I'm just getting a little greedy here. Maybe we should just take what we can get and accept that for today.
Is ivory a thing that's
Oh, yeah.
treasured?
Oh, totally. If you could bring down that big bull elephant and take his tusks, you guys would be set for years, probably.
Right.
But
That would be a...
that thing's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill
No questions asked.
I think we just move on past. Sounds like.
Yeah.
That's the right call.
It'll have, what is this? Well over 50 hit points, AC 14. It makes 5 attacks in a round that do 2d8, 2d8, 2d6, 2d6, and 2d6 damage. And they have plus 11 to hit. So, like,
Okay.
don't fight the elephant, guys.
How many hits?
Has to roll that ones and twos for us to not get hit.
Not
Yeah.
1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 5 attacks in a round. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got it.
Let's see. One at a time in battle. It can do stabbing damage with each of its tusks, constricting damage with its trunk, and trampling damage with each of its front feet. No single opponent can be subject to more than 2 of these attacks at any one time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, okay, so it's fine. You know, it'll just kill all of you in one round instead of overkill one of you.
It's balanced.
Yeah,
Balanced.
it's fine.
Gore 2 of us with tusks and trample the third.
Exactly. And Mr. Mooten will come back with a whole new party.
Who are you guys? I don't recognize anyone here. All right. That encounter passes easily and peacefully. You make your way to Tassel. Whoops, the next day. I fucking lost my page.
If this were RimWorld, that's the rare Thrumbos encounter, and that's the one where you just lose your entire colony trying to fight rare Thrumbos. I'm sorry. RimWorld jokes.
No, I know. That's for sure, though. The first time you fight one, you're like, oh, it's white. It'll be easy, man. This can't be that hard.
Fine, and then half of your guys just lose their limbs. Oh, God. Yeah.
On your way, you are disturbed by the sound of trampling horse hooves behind you. Throwing a look over your shoulder, you see a rider coming down the road, shouting, "Make way! Make way! Make way!" as his horse gallops at full speed down the road.
I dive out of the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's only one route for him to go, and he's going to beat you to Tassel, but he is going in a panic.
That's not good. I look back. Do I see anything?
Nope.
Let's get on to Tassel. I don't like the looks of that.
See what that was all about. Yeah.
That didn't seem good. We should get back.
Yeah.
You can make it back to the relative safe haven of Tassel that afternoon.
Well,
And you know what? we're right at the break point. So why don't we take a break right here, and we'll see what sort of trouble we get into on the other side of a break. Bye-bye, everyone.
Excellent.
Excellent.